What up, everybody? It's your favorite Marvel Legends collector, Mr.Nightspyder. You're watching the Nightspyder Collector, and today is a big deal for me. It's a big day because I'm finally opening and sharing with you guys my Wolverine figure. Now, I ain't necessarily wanting to collect this particular figure to make an X-Men team, but a new Avengers team. So, without much more ado from me, or without further ado, let's take a look at the package. So here we have Build-A-Figure Juggernaut Wave Legend Series. It says here Wolverine, and then you see Wolverine there with his claws. Woohoo! Juggernaut. And then on the side, you got some art there of Wolverine, and I think we have the same thing on this side. And on the back, it says, virtually indestructible and always ready for a fight. Wolverine's specialty is sending bad guys running. So you see there's some nice image on there, and then you can see all the wave mates in there. You got Wolverine, Shadowcat, Iceman, Havoc, Rogue, the Phoenix, Cable, and Deadpool. Deadpool's probably the only one you don't need. He doesn't have a part for that. So if you're just here to build Juggernaut, you don't need Deadpool. So anyway, there's the packaging. One final turn. And let's get this bad boy out of stasis lock. Be right back. Alright, and here we have Wolverine outside of the packaging. A very well sculpted figure, if I must add. It came with two accessories. The first accessory is Juggernaut's head from the Build-A-Figure. Take a look at that there. You get two hands, two fisted hands that are basically when his claws are retracted. So you have that option. I also like to add that these claws actually come out of the hand. So they actually have like a little, you gotta kind of tilt it a little bit, and then you kind of lift. Let's see if I can do it. And then there's these little, it's hard to see them, but these little points of friction there, so you can move them around if you need to. If you're trying to get, if one of the claws seems bent a certain way, then you can have that point outward. And then let's get that in there, and bam, back in business. See? So not too bad. Now, overall, we got some. It's a good looking figure, but we got some like splotchy paint here and there, like on the side of his face mask there, his shoulder. If you look here at his other shoulder, you got collarbone, shoulder. You can see that they missed some paint there. But the body work, this is all painted. But the molding is phenomenal because Wolverine's kind of a short, stocky guy, so that's legit. You got the browns going through here, like this orangish yellow. This belt is a floating piece, but it is very, I would say, firmly in place. It's pretty tight, so it's not the loosest. I mean, it's not so tight where you can't move it, but it is probably one of the tighter ones I've encountered. The tone from his legs up here, two different types of like orange yellowish, actually as well as his head too. They're all like a different tone, but it's not too bad from a distance. It's close enough, but if you're really picky, that might be an issue for some of you guys. But then again, it is just Wolverine. So the browns so far are matching. I think I really was stoked on the boots. They did a great job on the boots. I love how that's all painted and how you have those pointy parts going to the top, and then so I think they did a great job on the boots. I think that's really phenomenal. The skin is probably because these are two separate pieces from the shoulder to the bicep and tricep area, but the skin complexion is two different tones here. So this tone will match his face, but right here in the shoulder doesn't match the other two. But what do you do? I mean, it is I'm happy to finally have a Wolverine figure, and overall, I'm happy, but I think I'm being more critical because I like the character so much. So that could be part of it. The serial number, it's still very obvious, but it's faded compared to some of the other ones that use like a dark black. So overall, good figure though. I mean, I'm happy. Just give me 1 second here, and then we're gonna go over the articulation. Okay, so as per usual, his head is on a ball joint in there with a little hinge. So you get... Ooh, I pulled his head off entirely. Ooh. Well, you get a lot of up. So you get that far up without taking his head off. And then you get that far down, that's pretty significant. And then you get the 360 rotation there. They put butterfly joints in his shoulder so you can get way back there with his claw poses, which I thought was smart as well. Kind of like what they did with Spider-Man, but I think this is better built. So I hope in the future when they do a Spider-Man figure that they use this new design. You have 360-degree rotation on the arm. Gets out to there. Doesn't go as high as I'd want. Doesn't go as high as you'd want, but that's okay. Got a bicep swivel, double jointed on the elbow. Oh, and I was just about to point that out next, that these actually come out fairly easily, which can be a good or bad thing depending how you look at it. But they rotate 360 degrees and hinge, but yeah, it just kind of like effortlessly just... I wonder if it's... Let's see. Let's try the actual bare hand without the claws and see if that makes a difference. Nope. Still comes out with the greatest of ease. Which can be good, depending. Because if you have these claws in there, you don't want to have a whole lot of friction where if something happens, the claws break as opposed to just popping out of the wrist. You do have an ab crunch. It goes forward that far. Goes back that far. And 360 degrees on the waist, and that's actually just right under the belt, so that works out perfectly. Kicks out to not too far, nothing back, and then the side. Upper thigh rotation, double jointed knees, and then you have the tilt and rocker, which gives you all them crazy dynamic poses. So overall, great figure. Considering the paint blotches and all the little issues like that, if this was any other figure, I would give it like a 6.5 or 7. But considering this one is tough to find and it is Wolverine, yeah, I'd definitely say go for it, because when's the next chance you're gonna get on getting a decent Wolverine figure? I mean, there are some Marvel Select figures you can get a hold of, but I feel like the scale on those is way too big for Wolverine. I don't care how you do it. So yeah, these are my thoughts on this. Overall, I'm happy with it. I look forward to taking some photos with it. With the little issues, I don't feel jaded or sour or anything, so I guess it is what it is, you know. I'm trying to get this guy in a decent pose before I dip out, but I don't think that's happening. I'm going to give him a stupid pose then. You're not going to work with me? You're getting a stupid pose, Wolverine. Anyway. So yeah, overall I'm happy with it. If you see it, swoop it, because you can't find this thing anywhere. I found this thing at like the most random place. GameStop. So I guess that's the trick lately. If you're looking for certain figures, you got to think outside the box, because all the places that carry these things routinely, they're going to be out. So, yeah, great figure. I do recommend it if you're a Wolverine fan. I recommend it if you're a Marvel Legends fan, X-Men fan. But if you're not, these little issues might get on your nerves. But other than that, like I said, the character itself kind of brings it up, kind of makes me a little bit more biased and favor it a lot more. But thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting. If you liked the video, like it, subscribe, comment, share your thoughts, feelings, emotions, your rage, whatever it may be. And this is the Nightspyder Collector signing out. Thank you for watching, and subscribe. Also subscribe. Peace. Have a good one.